Thank you, Cade, and welcome to Montreal. It is a spicy Saturday here. Hot as can be. Dwayne Ford and I drenched as we get set for the hottest two teams in the Canadian Football League. It's the Edmonton Elks and the Montreal Alouettes. Edmonton defense digs in. And early on, he'll pull the football away from the run game, get it outside. Cole Speaker makes a man miss, crosses for 40, and he gets a first down on first down. And this Montreal offense starting to find some comfort going to 17.
Montreal Ford and Tyson Philpott will see a little of each other today.
Alexander deep drop and hangs on to it, sliding down to make the grab. In front of Nick Anderson is one of those twins. There is Tyson Philpott. Crosses the 55, and Alexander now play action, and we'll flip it out to Travis Tice. In the flats, big stiff arm. Tice asserting his dominance. He's been so good. Catching his breath from the last snap, but already back to work. They'll go end around, then reverse Tyson's. Philpott gives it back to Sneed, who looks down the field. The Speaker throws it up, and Tyler Sneed is intercepted. Little tap on the chest from Jared Brinkman saying, nice throw on the way by. They take it out of the hands of Alexander. Sun comes out to make it even hotter for the Edmonton Elks offensively as Justin Rankin goes to work. Devontae Dedmon stands back, ready to receive. He'll catch it at his own 10, tries to make the first man miss, and he does. Across the 15 and the 20, with a flag down. Across the 40 goes Dedmon, and finally chopped down from the Elks leader as he ripped it up and down the field. Goes back to work here in Montreal, his old stomping grounds. His first contact on Justin Rankin is Tyrese Beverette, but can't bring him down. Needs a couple of his friends, and they play for this Alouettes defense.
To keep the Elks from flipping the field with the punt.
Oh, and they got it! They did get through the line. The ball is loose, but a blocked punt for the Montreal Alouettes. It always seems like the special team shows up in the biggest of moments. Jake Julian puts this one to his foot, and Kylan Goudry says no thanks. He could have the first overall pick and have a Hall of Famer, and nothing would make him happier. As maybe this will make him happy. Tyler Sneed open down the field on a corner route.
Second leading receiver.
As they fake the run, Alexander jumps to throw and gets tackled. Not making any mistakes. Get blown by as Alexander goes back to work. On 2nd and 10, he fades to his left. DA looks into the end zone, pumps, and now he's got some room. Alexander, touchdown Alouettes.
Well, he makes the right decision to run with this football rather than trying to throw it into a crowded corner of the end zone, but it's the execution on that decision.
Heading the same direction that Alexander ran in a touchdown earlier. Goes to the slant on the backside. Cam Julian Grant cuts back in a big block down the field. Skylar Griffin. Nathan Rourke and Vernon Adams Jr. were gunslingers right from the set. Cody needs to work his way into the game a little bit, and he likes that from a play caller's perspective as a flag flies late after the tackle is made. As our referee threw it, it is Justin McInnes here this afternoon in Montreal.
Face mask, Montreal, number 97. The ball's going to be placed at the 1-yard line and an automatic first down.
Almost had an AJ Gatz situation there on Labor Day. As now the short yardage unit plunges forward. Fabian Ento on the backside of the play. Tyrese Beverette doing everything he can.
After automatic review by the replay center, it is determined that the previous play was a touchdown.
And the Elks get on the board. It's been fantastic to have you in the booth, and looking forward to hanging out and talking some football. Here's something you know all too well, and of course family history with the Canadian Football League as well that we'll get into. Is a big return here by the Alouettes. Across the 40 out to the 45, Devontae Dedmon sidestep and nearly reaches the 55. Former top pick Joel DeBlanco will reset. Alexander thought about taking a home run shot, then decides to go underneath. Travis Tice, stiff arm for the second time in the ballgame. Down the left sideline and inside the 5 for number 5. It's Travis Tice. Finding creative ways to get into the end zone. Marco Dubois in motion. Now he'll protect Davis Alexander all the time in the world. Looks to the back of the end zone. Tyson Philpott. TD Tyson back at it again.
Try to shut him down, try to contain him, but Tyson Philpott and Davis Alexander, they're going to make their plays over the course of the game. How about this protection? All the time in the world.
A reflection this week being back in Montreal, but the one thing he wanted to do, get a sandwich at done.
Yeah, he was fired up for that on our call. Thank you, Kenzie. As Justin Rankin goes to work on the outside and dances away from a host of Alouettes tacklers. Finally, they bring him down.
2002, 2003, 2005, where they meet in the Grey Cup 3 out of 4 years.
Davis Alexander backpedals into his own end zone. Now has to get away from Malik Carney, throws it across his body, intercepted! And Davis Alexander has it taken away, something he hadn't had happen at a historic rate. And now throws one at home, and Tyrell Ford has his second of the ball game, extending his Edmonton team lead. 3rd and 5 for the Edmonton Elks. See if they can have a little straight fire here, get into the end zone and tie things up at the end of the first half. Fajardo over the middle, wide open. Taking a seat and taking the score. That's Joshua Cephas.
Well, quick hitter to the middle after attacking the flat, the out on to the left side to stay healthy, stay available for all 18, and you're seeing the effects.
Breaking free as Travis Tice makes a move, and for the 3rd time in this ball game will throw out that strong right hand. Davis Alexander with the heavy set in, hands it off. In short yardage, Travis Tice gets a few yards and a few more down inside the 10 before Malik Carney tracks him down from behind. Will they go back to him here from inside the 10? Alexander looks to throw to the outside. Philpott has one, and now he's got 2. Touchdown Owls!
Max protection look here from Montreal. Tight end, then keep the back in. Tyson Philpott very aware where that pylon is.
Again, they bail out and will blitz from the secondary as Fajardo now runs into it. He threw into it last time, and on 2nd and 10, using his legs of the 4th quarter. Here to wind down the second.
Couple offensive possessions in a row, essentially.
Alexander rips this one into a tight window, and it's Tyler Sneed bouncing away, running free inside the 30 to the 20, and pushed into bounds inside the 10 with 3 seconds remaining. And paying off for the Alouettes, which we seem to always say whenever Davis Alexander is throwing into tight coverage. That's a reach advantage, but that one goes against them. As they'll throw a quick little swing out this time. Kabian Ento rips the football loose. Austin Mack dropped the football. And the Alouettes are on top of it.
Wondered if Mack might have been down on the play, but certainly no protesting there from the Edmonton receiver.
Alexander looks to throw. Tyson Philpott almost lost his footing. At this point for Tyson Philpott, based on plays like that, is Alexander with Sneed opening the end zone. Touchdown! Alouettes as they extend their lead. 32 big ones for the Major.
Absolute strike from this Alouette team that has so many ways to hurt you.
The rotation of guys, Adiemi Berglund, Beverett, Micah Awe in there, Josh Archibald, and Goudry to the pile. As now they'll throw in on cue! Tyrese Beverett!
Well, one of the most versatile defenders in the Canadian Football League, listed as a weak side linebacker, but watch where he starts off in the box. It essentially lined up over the center, and he's ranging out to get all the way out. But one of the things he has suggested is a study on twins.
We'll get to that in a second. Is this one big collision and hanging on to it, Tyler Sneed.
But they'll be at Florida Atlantic University this year, so the next set of Canadian football twins to watch.
Owls on the prowl, FAU. See if Fajardo can work some magic like he did for the Alouettes in 2023 with Austin Mack as he goes to number 3, and Mack steps out of bounds in front of Lorenzo Burns. Now Fajardo escapes. Looking down the field, scramble rules on, nobody really home, and Cody decides to stay up. David Beard making some last-second calls at center in the middle of that offensive line. It leads to a check-down throw to Brendan O'Leary Orange, who might have gotten the first down. Defensive line making Fajardo uncomfortable, and coverage leads to this field goal attempt from Vincent Blanchard, who misses it. And an opportunity to return for Devontae Dedmon, and he will settle. As Brendan Bordner down there in coverage. Alexander with a deep drop as Montreal controls, and Alexander wants the home run. What a bomb to tie
Send it in a little bit, then take it vertical. It looked almost as if the Edmonton secondary was anticipating on the slant portion of that he was going to settle or throttle a little bit, and Philpott just never broke stride, accelerated. Good play by Burns.
2nd and 10. Fajardo looks downfield and caught TJ Luther. Fajardo down that left sideline and on the rail, losing his footing.
After review by the replay center, the pass interference, Montreal number 20. Ball will be placed at the 33-yard line and an automatic first down for Edmonton.
Those losses, back-to-back weeks, something they haven't experienced, is now Mack dropped into the end zone. What a throw! Cody Fajardo to Austin Mack, turning back the clock here in Montreal to their days in red, white, and blue.
A magnificent throw from Cody Fajardo, but I love the job that Austin Mack did tracking this football, as it's essentially coming in directly over his head. Before the game, who coached the Philpott twins.
Oh, they're going back to Philpott. He couldn't. Could he? No, knocked away. Last second, it was almost a 4th major as Leonard Johnson.
After review, the pass interference, Edmonton number 32. Ball will be placed at the 1-yard line, automatic first down.
Okay, we're good. Barry Wilson off to the right-hand side. The Alouettes offense continues to rack up points. Powell takes the snap, works the way through the pocket, sidearms as he takes a hit, and right at the goal line as a flag is out. Touchdown, Edmonton.
Taylor Powell competing right to the end, looking for the rookie Carter Kettle out of the University of Alberta, corner of the end zone. Did he
Rushing
keep
the
it off the
passer,
ground?
Montreal number 26. That 15 yards will be applied on the kickoff. Touchdown's good.
As Tyson Philpott is healthy, he's going to be a force to be reckoned with when paired with Davis Alexander. His return comes from the Elks. Clock strikes 0, and Javon Leake will add to his always impressive annual combined yardage total. But Tyson Philpott plays king here in Montreal. Wayne, as Davis Alexander has another reason to smile and keeps on rolling.